sa pagbabalik ng aming power team at pag-uusapan naman ngayon natin ang isa pa rin eskwelahan na walang ginawa kundi tumulong sa mga kapuspalat at sa mga tao na karapat-dapat bigyan ng pansin. Matutunghayan po natin at makakasama ang mga special guest natin, walang iba kundi si John Sandre Balisa, Dinin Normy Harap, at ang isa pong special na panauhin po natin na magbibigay po din ng inspirasyon sa kapwa niyang deaf. Good evening sa inyo lahat. It's really a big pleasure you have time to spend with us. Sa totoo lang po, I was so happy to invite, College of San Benito. Nakita ko the school is doing so much to help them, to give them inspiration, to give them hope. Diba? So, Jan, what I would like to, as head and coordinator of this academic, ano pong ginagawa niyo? At kailan po nag-umpisa itong School for the Deaf?
Okay po, Tita, go-offer po kami ng degree program, which is the Bachelor in Applied Deaf Studies. And we have two electives in Multimedia Arts at saka yung Entrepreneurship. Just a short history, it's actually the deaf program sa St. Benilde started as a brainchild ni Brother Andrew Gonzalez, who was then president of the De La Salle University. And he thought of reaching out to sa mga kapatid natin walang access, walang opportunity makapag-aral at makakuha ng edukasyon. Kaya naisipan po niya magkaroon ng isang programa para sa mga deaf, and it started in 1991 as a certificate program. Nag-offer po sila ng programs in bookkeeping and accounting. And then after that, nag-evolve po yung programa hanggang sa ngayon, naging isang full-blown program na po kami ng College of St. Benilde.
It's a very young project, no? At the time, this only caters to the deaf. Is this a deaf special program now where most of them receive scholarship?
About 98% of our deaf students are subsidized by the college. So, kasi karamihan po ng mga pumapasok na deaf ay comes from poor families. Yung talagang walang access sa edukasyon, at yun po yung pinaprioritize ng programa natin.
Kailan ang enrollees niyo, let's say last year?
Just last year, every year tumatanggap po kami ng 30 students lang po. Gawa ng, kasi yung aming manpower, maliit pa lang. And ang style po kasi namin, sa bawat klase, only 15 students. So, isang teacher, 15 na estudyante. That way, mas matututukan ng teacher yung mga estudyante.
Ang course ba nila is very similar to those regular course?
Opo, wala pong difference except yung aming strategies na which we pride ourselves with, yung learner-centered education that we call. Now, we assess kung ano ba talaga yung pangangailangan ng estudyante, and we try to match yung strategies namin.
For example, you said 30 deaf students. So, si isa gusto maging hotel restaurant management, isa naman gusto engineering, isa gusto maging nurse. Paano nyo in-apply yan sa learning center niyo?
Kasi Tita, ngayon po, isang course lang po talaga yung offer namin, which is deaf studies course.
Okay.
Kung halimbawa ang isang deaf gusto niyang mag-aral ng ibang courses, that means kinakailangan niya magkaroon ng certificate interpreter para kumbaga yung tinatawag namin mainstream, kasama niya yung mga nakakarinig na estudyante.
So normally, after graduating dito sa course, anong mga job ang available sa kanila? Or is the school helping them look for a job?
Yes po, I'll take si Ms. Noya Hala can answer siguro po.
So bilang advocacy, kasi I was very curious with that advocacy and communicators, no? O coordinator of this communication. Anong ginagawa mo? Bakit naging advocacy?
Yung bali specific role ko po or ng office din namin is to prepare society to accept the deaf. Siyempre, if you notice, yung apprehension nila to accept the deaf is because they're not aware of what the deaf can do.
Yeah.
But once they're aware about it, ang usual strategy namin is for the companies to accept them as OJT. So on the job training muna sila. And then later on, if they find that the deaf fit the position, then they can accept them. Para din merong opportunity for both the company and the deaf person, the deaf student, to adjust to each other and to learn from each other.
Anong klaseng trabaho ang nare-recommend nyo sa kanila after graduating?
So, iba-iba po. Kunyari, yung mga graduates ng multimedia arts namin, they work as graphic artists. Like, one is working at ABS-CBN Foundation doing the graphics of Sineskwela or web designers. Like, meron pong a group of students working for an organization that produces e-learning modules for the public schools. So, mga deaf po sila, pero ginagawa nila, module siya para sa mga hearing na estudyante sa public school natin. So marami pong nagagawa. Meron din kami nasa call center, yung mga graduate naman ng business in Accenture.
Okay.
So they work there sa backroom operations, sa accounting. And they thrive well because the deaf are very focused. So yung mga repetitive na mga systems na usually the hearing person would find boring, for the deaf, it's easy sa kanila kasi they're very focused, hindi po easily distracted or hindi makikipagchismisan, lalo na kung sa office place niya wala namang deaf din. Pero our office also promotes business opportunities because not everybody will be accommodated in companies, di po ba?
Yes,
So,
yes.
training them in business, we have a special group for that. We call it the Yes Deaf Team or Youth Employment Support for the Deaf. Kasi po, the school won a grant in the Panibagong Paraan 2006. It's a project grant competition organized by the World Bank.
Okay.
So, OSAID, PACAP, gave us a 1 million grant through that contest. So, we won that contest. Meron silang capital ngayon para to start their businesses. So, we provide business mentorship, training, capacity building, to open their own businesses. And
So,
yung ilang students na rin.
Napakaganda kasi nagiging inspiration nila after graduating. There's so much hope na pwede pa rin pala nila gawin. Makikita ko ang ganda pala ng ginagawa nyo to give them also opportunity and chance to be normal. Tama nga, yung kumpanya is getting them because hindi nga nagchichismis and they are very focused. Maybe they can get more job. It's just a matter of letting the company know, open a job or opportunity for them because they are not destructive but they are constructive for the company. Maganda yung Sherry, I like that, no? I thank you so much for, telling us about this. Sana yung mga kumpanya will have an idea how to help also the deaf, no? Na kailangan incorporate siguro, bawat kumpanya get at least 2 or 5. Why not, di ba? Yes.
Support naman in terms of kailangan na-adjust yung accommodations, how to communicate with them. Kasi yun ang natatakot ka as a hearing person.
Yes.
Paano ko kaya ito kakausapin?
Pero
we can provide that support. We give orientations on
that's
that.
good, no? Pero expert sila doon sa arts, no? Nakikita ko,
Opo,
yung skill
opo.
nila is more on the
Okay,
arts.
they're
di ba?
very visual.
So,